Broadcasting from various countries around the world using voice-over IP technology, this is VoIPon Covered, a VoIPon Solutions UK podcast. Representing VoIPon, I'm Kathleen Reed. Today we're speaking with Ruth Bridger, Xorcom's VP of Marketing. Thank you for joining us today, Ruth. Given Digium's recent announcement of their R-Series redundancy solution, are there any misconceptions about Xorcom's product in the marketplace that you'd like to address?
Well, most definitely, Kathleen. I think most of the misconceptions actually are on the part of the Digium engineers. Our Twinstar solution is field hardened. It's been available for the last 2.5 years, and we have so many installations around the world that I have a feeling that our partners and our end users are well aware of the advantages, the benefits of the Twinstar solution. But if I can just recap just a few of the major points that were, let's just say, that need clarification as per the Digium blog that appeared at the end of December, I would say that Xorcom has a unique solution due to our special mechanical engineering. What we've done is we've taken the telephony modules out of the server and placed them in our Astrobank. That's all of the telephony interfaces are located in a separate chassis, and then that chassis is connected by USB 2 cables to the server. And in a Twinstar configuration, there are two servers. There's a primary and the backup. And the fact that the telephony interfaces are separate from the server, that means that if there is any problem whatsoever with the server, then the Twinstar, the intelligence that's located in that Astrobank chassis, just passes all of the control and the telephony to the backup server, and it happens in a matter of seconds. And what this means on a mechanical level is that you don't need to duplicate the cards. I mean, in the R-Series solution, you need separate cards for each one of the servers. It's not a real complete solution like the Twinstar, and that's one important point. Another important point is that we figure that anybody that needs that kind of complete PBX redundancy probably has a lot of traffic and on the call side, and if they want to be protected on the electrical side as well, then they would go and purchase the redundant power supply unit that we have that can power up to 16 Astrobanks. So powering the product is also not a problem. That's kind of a misconception that I wanted to kind of clarify. And one of the other things there in the article, which is a bit misleading, is the fact that kind of under the hood you have to understand that with the R-Series there is a lot of responsibility placed on the actual implementer, the reseller that is going to implement the R-Series solution. Okay, it's true that it's open source, but on the Xorcom side, all the software and libraries are pre-installed. You're purchasing a turnkey solution from Xorcom, whereas with the R-Series, you have to purchase different components, the USB flash drive, and you have to go through a long list of software instructions in order to get the product working. And I think that puts a lot of responsibility on the integrator. I mean, you have to compare the Twinstar as a commercial grade product that has passed quality assurance both on the R&D side and in the production. On the other hand, you have the R-Series, which when the integrator takes it, he has to spend many hours, doing the programming. And how confident could he actually be that what he has prepared is, a sound solution? So that's something that you have to take into account when you're putting together a resiliency solution. And I think those are the main points that should be, stressed. Of course, we have documented all of the issues, and it's on our blog if anybody wants to read, on a kind of a step-by-step comparison of the R series and the Twinstar solutions. But I think it'd be very clear for anyone that's tried to implement any kind of resiliency solution, how simple and powerful the Xorcom Twinstar solution is.
Xorcom has long been known for their failover solutions. Why don't you tell us about your new analog lines failover kit?
Yeah, okay. This is definitely something that came directly in response to a request from the field. There are so many advantages to having an IP PBX running your telephone system, but I know that there are certain, let's say, environmental concerns when you say, for example, if the power goes out in the building. Well, using old-style telephony, right, we could always count on having that PSTN line working, whether or not the lights are on. And so we wanted to reinstate that kind of functionality from a PBX system that knows how to work both VoIP and with the traditional PSTN. So we created what we call the Analog Lines Failover Kit, which will fit into any of our PBX and our Aster banks that support both an FXS and an FXO module. And what happens is that during the configuration of the ports, you set up that 6 of the FXS extensions are the failover for the FXO. So if for any reason there is a malfunction, either asterisk stops working or there's a power outage, then the FXO lines will automatically fail over to those predetermined FXS extensions, and you will have full telephony on those extensions for the duration of the problem. So it's just another attempt at providing the full redundancy, the absolute confidence in a telephony system that businesses really require. So just one more kind of offering from Xorcom to keep that uptime at its highest possible level.
So going back to your announcements at AstraCon, Xorcom announced a new video conferencing solution. When can VoIPon customers expect it to hit the market? And can you give us a rundown of what they should expect when it does?
Okay, yeah, we're very excited about the video conferencing solution. There are many options on the market today. You have, some very simple, Skype video conferencing, all the way up to these large in-room systems. And what we wanted to do was we wanted to, leverage the fact that we know how to do telephony, the voice calls on our PBX, and to integrate the video conferencing function in that same, appliance. And so together with a company that specializes in media processing, we have jointly produced this system, a video conferencing system that is based on the Xorcom IP PBX, with the addition of the transcoding component that's provided by this other company, Surf Communication Solutions. And as a result, you have just a very elegant and single box solution for video conferencing. And we actually will offer this in 2 flavors. One is the integrated video conferencing capabilities inside the standard IP PBX. And then we'll also offer the video conferencing capability as a standalone appliance that can be attached, much like we attach the Astrobank to the server for the telephony that's involved. And when you ask about the date, well, we're at our final testing stages, and the first system should be shipping towards the end of February, beginning of March. So I wanted to point out, I think a lot of people are familiar with the multi-point video conferencing benefits to an organization, but I think I'm just going to run down them real quick. First of all, it makes for more cost-effective meetings because you can cut down, obviously, on travel expenses when you have this capability. you can improve the communication between the different participants because you have the body language. You can demonstrate different objects. You can like hold them up to the camera, and it promotes a better understanding of concepts, and that's important. The meetings, I think, are more efficient because video is much more engaging than a voice-only call. You have to be a more active participant. It really plays on your attention span when you have, the person that's talking visually in front of you, and of course you're not distracted by perhaps answering your emails or checking your cell phone for messages, if the camera's on you. So that's another important point for kind of the administrative side. It's a great tool for remote training because you can use this kind of a tool to update staff on the fly. You don't have to, make a big event out of any training session. You can just, as things come up, train them. And for customer support, it really allows you to provide that timeliness that's really important to get a customer back online. You can troubleshoot the issues without necessitating online visits. So that's on the benefits side. A lot of people ask us about the capabilities, and this is for the more technical people. With this multi-point conferencing solution, you can have a single video conference with up to 10 VGA participants, or two separate simultaneous conferences with up to 4 VGA participants in each conference. Or you can have a single multi-point conference with 20 SIF participants. And for HD, you can have a single conference with up to 4 HD participants. So that's a little bit about the capabilities of the system. And again, that system, should be out in the field already come late February or March.
I've heard you've had some fantastically successful implementations recently involving VoIPon, such as the one at the Correct Group. Can you give us a rundown of just why it was so successful and why it is so important?
Well, Kathleen, to tell you the truth, this is the best kind of case study for us to be able to document. It is a true vote of confidence. The customer in this case is an IT group, and they are the head company for Phones Correct, one of our most active resellers in the UK. And my feeling is that when an expert in the field selects a product or service, you can be sure that they've done their homework. And it's like asking your doctor, what procedure he would recommend for, his own family. It's something that is so solid with an expert in the field that you get that extra bit of confidence, and that's the case here. So we're very pleased that our partners are using this system in-house and using it in the different groups with which they're affiliated. So for us, it is just the supreme vote of confidence. It's the best testimonial a manufacturer can receive.
Okay, fantastic. So what's next for Xorcom and the market in general?
Well, actually, we are going to be participating in our annual Global Partners meeting, where we bring all of our distribution partners together, the resellers, integrators, together for a meetup with personnel from our headquarters. Our CEO will be there, so will our CTO, and our business managers for the different regions, and bring them up to date on the Xorcom product offering and the different ways to approach different vertical markets, as well as talk amongst themselves for an information exchange and networking on a more personal level. So I'm really looking forward to that.
Thanks again for your time today, Ruth. Ruth Bridger is Xorcom's VP of Marketing. This has been a VoIPon Covered podcast brought to you by VoIPon Solutions. To learn more, please visit www.voipon.co.uk.